what you do is you bring a horse. If you're not comfortable, you're nervous about it, tie him to the trailer in the parking lot. Listen to some of the noise. If he's not flipping out and having a problem, bring him up to the rail, tie him up, let him see it. And you would shoot 5 rounds, change guns, and shoot the other 5 with your second gun. So what they're going to do right now is just shoot 5 rounds at this half circle demonstration. These are experienced horses, so you probably won't see much flinching of the head or anything. But sometimes brand new horses will toss their head on the first few shots, and we bring out a horse like my horse who's bomb-proof, and we put a wigged out horse. Don't forget the reverse direction. We do it in both directions, of walk, trot, and lope. And if the horse is having a problem, we bring them next to a buddy horse like mine, and then they go, well, it's not bothering him so much. They get the herd instinct going. And as we build it, we always want to keep our horses moving forward when we're shooting. And that's a good thing. So we would say, buddy them up in a group, find the ones that are stressing, and you always start further out from the shooter. And if your horse is doing good, you gradually move in closer and closer to the center. So you don't have to rush this. The slower you go at breaking your horse to the gunfire stuff, the better it will be in the long run. So what I recommend for training, you see the orange cone with the PVC pole. It's a 3/4 inch PVC. Get that and get a, I forget what they call it, green tea. They have those 1 gallon milk jug green tea plastic bottles. You put it on a cone in their paddock. Maybe get 2 of them. Horse walks around all day, nothing pops because it's not really a balloon, but it looks like a balloon, okay? That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is, I'm gonna try to put this down, is clap your hands. Help them together. Get it as loud as you can, because that's what the horse hears when you're shooting off your horse. Over here it sounded loud, right, when they were shooting? But from the horse's perspective, the sound is going that way. Now, if I shot towards you in the air, it would be really loud, but if I shot this way, it wouldn't be as loud. And that's why the cupping of the hands almost simulates the, I mean, one of these balloons popping is almost as loud as the shooting up close. So I recommend, you can get a 1x4 board, make it about 8 inches long, put screen door handles on it, clap those together. You know, clapping your hands hurts after a while. Another thing you can do, is kind of simple, is if you have an old tape player, cassette tape player, or even an old DVD player that's not working so good, get one of those Halloween tapes. You get them at the dollar store, I think. And they have cannons going off and glass breaking and chains rattling and gunfire and cars backfiring. And you play that in their stall occasionally. Not all day long, but just occasionally. Now, Gretchen is left-handed, by the way. So she's taking the long way around on the outside, but she's left. The difference between that, Gretchen, right through the opposite way with the offhand, just dry fire. Now, when you're shooting with your strong hand, in her case left, she can reach out here and she's got a good range of motion. But when she's coming the other way, she's got to reach across her body with the offhand shot, which gives you limited motion. So she chose to go on the outside of the circle, which is perfectly legal in the course, and shoot on hand, so she's got more of a chance to hit those targets. He rides 5 seconds faster on every course than I do. He's just really that good, you know. But in here he has to tone it down because of the course. He chose to ride the outside, inside, do some crossover, some on hand. So very nice. So very good, very good. A gun on each side facing this way. I have mine backwards, and the reason I have it backwards is because some course management is important here. So course management is important. So if you have a lot of balloons that you're going to have to shoot with your right hand, why would you want to switch to your left hand and shoot across and have a harder time? You can shoot them all with your right hand. Now in my case, I have the ability to pull my gun out backwards and shoot with my left hand, because I can shoot with either hand. Not everybody does it. If the course suggests that maybe it's good to shoot this part with my right, the next time I might want to shoot with my left. So some people say, quit screwing around, shoot with one hand only all the time. But you know what? If you don't want to, go out and have fun and do it the way you like and what's comfortable for you. And you know what? Sometimes your horse doesn't cooperate. Ad lib, finish the course. Bear with me. This is a fairly new horse from out of shoot, so it's still under training. It's working pretty well. Now, you didn't have to slow his horse down to a walk. Use neoprene or that stuff. Horse blankets are getting more lenient on, and splint movements and all that. We're going to do the circle first, though. Now, Terry is one of the fastest riders in the country. Of course, they're a little bit better this time, not quite as hoppy. People say, what's the benefits of being in the California Range Riders, our club? This is my PR moment. We're a big club, 100 members. We have events everywhere, from Ione over to the coast, from Redding to Bakersfield. We have members. We're being in Nevada next week in June 18th. We'll have a 2-stage practice. And if you get on our email list, I'll send you all the information. You don't have to enter the practice or the event, just come. Check it out. See what competition's really like. Riding and relax can really help. Yeah. But we do have a monthly newsletter. We do Wild West shows, we do parades, clinics. We're going to be doing the Cow Palace in October on the 14th and 15th. Half hour before the main rodeo, we'll be doing an event each night. And it's for 2 weekends. Very best pitch, world champion.
I'm Old Buckaroo, also known as Steve Holland on the daytime. This is Jerry Best Pitch, also known as Expressman. I'm from Gilroy and he's from Alberta. He's our world champion in our club, level 6, the only one in the state of California. We do cowboy mounted shooting. We're the California Range Riders, largest club in California.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it about 11 years.
11 years both. He's progressed way faster than me because I'm old and creaky, but he's a great wrangler and rider, and he does.
Not so creaky.
He's old and creaky too, but he's been a wrangler all his life, and I've been a computer freak until 11 years ago when I got into the sport. Didn't ride or shoot until then. He's been riding all his life, and it shows in his competition points and scores.
Tell me what it takes to be a mounted shooter.
It takes patience, a good horse, good calmness about yourself when you're riding, so your horse is relaxed too. But if you know how to ride, basically, you have a horse trailer, and you can get out and get on the road and come to practices and learn how to do it. We'll teach you everything you need to know.
It's another level from gymkhana and barrel racing, where it gives you a little bit more that decides who's first than just only the time.
A lot of people call it barrel racing with guns or gymkhana with guns. And the difference is we shoot balloons with black powder blanks. There's no bullets, no projectiles. It goes up to about 20 feet. Burning powder pops the balloons.
Tell me about the gun.
The guns are .45 caliber and single action. That means you have to cock the gun every time. And I'm going to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy here. But that means every time you come to a balloon, you have to cock it and shoot it. If you come to the next balloon, you can't just hold the trigger, it won't fire again until you cock it and shoot it. If you cock the gun and you're riding, your horse stumbles, say you drop the gun, it won't fire and hit your horse in the belly, because you can imagine this black powder would burn the belly of the horse. He might buck you off, step on you, whatever, panic, and you could actually shoot yourself in the leg or something by accident if you had that mishap in the arena. So these guns are really fairly safe. If you bought a Colt clone or whatever, they had the firing pin and the hammer, that could go off potentially when it hits the ground.
So if I wanted to get involved, where would I start?
Go to my booth
In building
A 1911, get on my email list, or go to www.californiarangeriders.com, and we'll send you emails of our upcoming events. We'll send you practice information. We invite you to come to the practice. I always tell people, bring your horse. they come to the practice, they say, I should have brought my horse. Well, bring your horse. That's how you get started. You don't have to go out and ride, but bring your horse and tie him to the trailer or something. Let him hear all the noise and get acclimated that way as a beginner.
Do you use a bull whip to desensitize?
Some people do train that way. Buy a bull whip, crack the whip. It sounds a lot like a shot. As the shot goes away from the gun, it's not as loud as people think. It's when you're sitting in the bleachers and I'm shooting this way, it's really loud, but if I shoot this way, it's not as loud. The sound's traveling away. So you don't want to shoot at your horse, but a bull whip will crack, simulate the sound of a shot pretty good, if you're good cracking the whip, of course.
How about you? What do you have to say? What would you say about your sport that you love?
Like I said, when I gymkhana, I like barrel racing, I like speed events and Western speed events, and just one more level up, and I get to have fun because I always like shooting.
Is this your full-time job?
I'm a wrangler.
You're a wrangler?
He gives trail rides from his ranch, does movie stunt work.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Where are you from?
But the other thing is he puts in a lot of time and effort practicing. People like me, I don't have that kind of advantage, but that's why he's the world champion and I'll never be.
Where are you from?
Scott Day Filmworks is from Granite Bay, California, which is right up the road about 20
I'm in
minutes.
Alberta. I have clients that I go.
Oh, good. Oh, she's a nice mare. Well, thank you for the interview. We're going to get this up on the Western States Expo website.
Great.
And also give you a copy.
Yes, I do.
Do you have a card, Mr. Day?